Hello, everyone. I'm Phalanges,
And I'm going on an adventure.
and welcome to. Not even going to say your name. Welcome to the MouseCast podcast for the week of Friday, January 24th. This week we're talking about. I bought $170 worth of development mice from SteelSeries that I'm going to talk about.
We're going to talk about our thoughts on other people's early thoughts on the Pulsar Crazy Light. And then we're going to imagine what we would do to help a friend who wanted to get into competitive FPS and kind of the mice, maybe mousepad hobby.
Yeah. So as always, subscriber call to action, guys. If you're not subscribed, then you like this content, please subscribe every
If you hate
Friday.
this content, subscribe to me on my channel.
There you go. Get actual real mouse reviews that are edited instead of just ramblings.
Uh,
What's on your desk right now, Daz?
Mousepad is the infinite speed just because I use that when I aim train, and I was testing the Dareu A950 Air and then the Inthic High 06, which is a review unit they sent out to me. Very different mice at 62 and 35 grams.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's like double, dude. Double the weight. That's crazy to
I was
think
just
about.
flipping back and forth between them, so
Yeah.
on a speed pad.
For me, nothing special. Viper V3 Pro. It does have aftermarket skates from Amazon Vine. Fantech Strike Pad. This gets a lot of hate. I actually don't mind that it doesn't have stitched edges, but maybe that's because I haven't put enough time on it where it hasn't started to fray or anything. Don't hold that up to the camera. Going back and editing and seeing you hold the prime up like literally 8 times. I only
You thought
saw it
Prime
like
was good. Gatorade Zero. Yeah, that's a 1 week gimmick.
yeah. All right. I'm gonna do this. No, I'm not gonna do it out of order. Okay. First topic is the thing we have on screen here. The IMECOO P1. How do we say that? It's a SteelSeries Prime
I'm
clone.
cool.
I'm cool.
There you
So
go.
this was posted by Devi Lung. This is a SteelSeries Prime clone. Look at that. It looks a lot like a Prime. Like, can I just
Is it bad that when I see
SteelSeries?
3950 8K, I just feel cozy inside? Like I shouldn't. Like that shouldn't make a difference, but
Wait, cozy? Why? Because you know it's good.
it's like top specs, things that matter, except for they
Oh,
don't really matter that much.
yeah.
Like
Um.
1K and a 3370 was doing just fine.
So the Prime shape it's a fairly unique ergo. I have a wait. Why the heck am I? I literally have a box full of them right now. It's a fairly unique ergo where it tapers towards the front. It's like quite flat on the side. It's actually a very, very comfortable ergo. They have this weird opticals. Dropped it. Optical switch. Like, I wonder if I can. SteelSeries Prime optical switch. They actually don't use a switch. They use a torsion spring and a little magnet. So when you click it, that torsion spring, that actual arm of that spring goes whoop and crosses a laser beam. The problem with this, so it's a super durable thing because there's like the only moving part is literally a spring. They're rated for like 100 million clicks, and this is like a 3-year-old design. 100 million. It was like one of the first 100 million click mice, if not the first. The downside is the click feels kind of weird because it doesn't feel like a switch. It's a torsion spring that's on a magnet, like the magnet's holding it down, and then you click it, and thwap, it hits something. It strikes something. So you do get an audible click, but the timing of it, they feel kind of mushy. Totally usable. Like SteelSeries did a good job tuning it. The biggest problem I saw was Pizzogel. His testing of it shows the click latency is something like 14 milliseconds.
Oof.
14 milliseconds. Yeah. So
Less than 1/10 of my fastest reaction time possible, but still sounds terrible.
yeah, I don't know. Just it's a with all these options. I'm looking at the wall of mice behind me. Why would I use it? You know, they're also
It's Steel
heavy.
Series asleep at the wheel, not remastering these,
I know.
re-releasing these.
So
Yeah.
now Amku comes out with one, and it's on Billy Billy. So
I
um,
want to review that just so I can say the stupid name in that way.
yeah, if this comes to AliExpress in a unique colorway, I'm very tempted. Um, I really, really have always liked the prime shape. It's probably one of my favorite ergos.
I've never been on Billy before.
Oh, can we go?
Do you frequent?
No. It just popped into my mind because I was trying to find out a disassembly for a ROM mouse that wasn't in English. Yeah.
Mm,
Anyway, can we watch MCOO P1? This is
there
the
it
only
is.
one. Anyway. Oh, this is
There's
Vimeo. Well, whatever.
Oh, it's
Okay.
Vimeo.
Well, Billy is a thing, guys. Don't forget that there's like mouse leaks on there all the time. All right. Um, do you have any desire in trying this mouse? Like, let's say it comes to AliExpress at a reasonable price, 50ish, like ATK price.
Actually, yes, because I think there would be interest from people in a SteelSeries Prime clone, given that it's just like not a thing really.
Yeah.
Sort of similar to how the X3. I don't know if this has like G703
Following?
lore
No,
hype. Don't think so.
definitely
Yeah.
not. No. SteelSeries Prime came out. It was a great shape, and then they never followed up on it, and the hype died.
I think YouTube has taught me people like top 5 lists in the G703.
Yep. Yep. All right. Next topic: WLMouse Strider, or on AliExpress WLMouse Walker translations. So this is a video from Billy.
咱们把它拿出来。
If you can't tell, I'm just gonna mute.
That's actually my first language.
Very exasperated Mandarin. I think we already talked about this mouse. I remember we asked which colorways we liked. I rather like the black or gold, and you like the purple.
It's a very light purple, almost too light.
Yeah.
Like it's not Easter.
So this looks to be kind of like an XM2 type of shape. It has a bit of tapering on the sides, rear hump.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can jump around here. Does he do a shape comparison? This is an extensive video, dude. 27 minutes long. We're going to watch the whole thing. And
Buckle up.
I thought he does a shape comparison here at some point. It's hard to scrub through. Okay. What was that? That's a...
Is that an Atlantis?
Oh my gosh, we should know this,
Looks
dude.
like a full-size Atlantis, doesn't it?
We would call ourselves enthusiasts. Ninjutsu. It's a Sora.
Yeah.
Sora V2.
I mean, they're similar-ish, right? I'm not a loser.
Yeah, I was gonna say this looks like a Sora or an XM2. Maybe my brain is just thinking XM2 because of like how the main buttons are.
Yeah.
Anyway, these are on sale on AliExpress right now for like $140-ish. I'm not gonna pay that for it.
No.
I don't know. They still don't do solid sides. They did better with these sides. I wonder if he's gonna show the sides. Yeah, they did better where you put your thumb. There aren't as many holes.
It's not like slits anymore.
I don't know, dude. Make it 1 gram heavier and give me solid sides. I saw a guy. Speaking of solid sides, the Pwnage Trinity. I wonder if I can find this on eBay. Pwnage Trinity. Speaking of mice with optional sides, he's selling serial number 0001. Isn't that cool?
Wow.
I'm like sort of tempted to put a bid on it.
I thought to buy it now is 100. I was just gonna go buy it right now.
I know. No. But you can option this with solids or hold sides, and he got the hold sides.
I wonder what his minimum sale is. Probably much
Yeah.
higher than this.
His reserve, yeah. Just opened, not used. Bought it the first hour of the sale. After receiving it, found it was model 0001. Asked the Discord channel Pwnage. It was confirmed to be really the first Trinity mouse produced, except for test variants, of course. That's kind of cool. Of course, he got the most boring color though, and with with slits on the sides. Respect though, I do think that's cool. I remember there was a final mouse that was like serial number 69 or something, and people were, or 420, and people were. It went from like legitimately like $100 over what it should have.
Kind of like those TikTok iPhones on eBay right now. You hear about that?
No.
So like TikTok went down, right? Because it got banned, and then it came back, but you still can't install it. So people like my wife uninstalled it, and they can't use it because you can't re-download it. So people are listing their iPhones with TikTok installed for high prices.
I remember this back in Flappy Bird. It happened too.
I kept Flappy Bird for a long time. I was darn good at Flappy Bird. That's
Yeah.
sitting in
timing
college,
game.
just going forever. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the Strider's a cool mouse. I want one. I am not going to spend over $100 for one. It's great shape. I'm on opticals. I have a Sora though.
They would have to roll across MouseMarket at a price I could make my money back with shipping, I think, and fees. I don't know.
Yeah.
So there's some Lamzu looking skates there.
Oh, that was actually a Lamzu that he's holding up though.
Okay, I'm not crazy. I just skipped by. I was like, what is this? Like,
Yeah.
the honeycomb should have given that away.
All right. Well, since we mentioned Lamzu, I'm going to skip topics here. We're going to go to the Lamzu Tachi, releasing January 29th. Not too long from now.
Stop being so
So I did this comment. Universal shape. It's in between a Maya and Maya X. It's a sword-inspired mouse. 47 grams. Does this show up in the stream very well? Not really. Well, sorry guys. Yeah, Tachi, Maya X, Maya. Yeah.
What will Lamzu
And
do lightweight? Look at those bricks. 47 grams.
3950 and 52840. Customizable, or they have a hot swap feature in this. That's kind of cool, and it's featuring Lamzu customized Huano transparent blue shell pink dots. TTC silver encoder. They're saying 49 plus or minus 2 grams, and $169 on their website.
These mice are so expensive, man.
I know.
Why?
So I do want to go over the good first, which is this is using hot swappable switches, which is kind of cool because this is way too similar to a Maya. So like its only differentiating thing was magnesium. So I guess hot swappability is cool because there are people who don't like Omron opticals, I guess.
I don't know what's wrong with them. Yeah.
The colors and the styling is pretty cool. The Tachi, it's a sword. We already talked about this. It's supposed to look like a katana handle. A Tachi's like a different kind of katana. And it's
Those
Lamzu,
bottom
so...
skates make me want to just jump off a cliff.
Oh,
I
yeah.
understand it's a cool feature, but they look really... It irks
Jumbled?
something inside of me.
Well,
Why do they look like
it's hot swappable.
the skates in the bottom, though? Like, how they skip around the screw hole.
Yeah, because it's hot
Drives me
swappable.
nuts.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Looks
it's
so
good,
bad.
but that was in my comment here. I was like, I respect the sword theme and solid sides, but that price is a hard pass when Maya X owners like me.
Their hot top is 5 screws.
Five screws to disassemble, dude.
Yeah. What a thick sensor skate, dear lord.
Meanwhile, Dareu doing it with one screw hole. One screw hole.
And plastic thinner than Swiss cheese.
So, I don't know. Lamzu, it is a darn good looking mouse. This is, I think, one of the best looking magnesium mice, in my opinion.
It's very cool. Yeah, it is.
They did a very good job. And it's going to be Lamzu quality, presumably, because this thing has been teased for over a year. We've known about it for over a year.
Yeah.
Well, about a year. Top specs, it's going to probably have good performance, but the price, dude. $170. I wonder what their thinking was, because magnesium mice have really come and gone. We're swinging back to polycarbonate, 34-gram lightweight mice. Carbon fiber is the thing now, like the Pwnage Trinity and WLMouse Ying. So I'm under the impression that they were trying to jump on the magnesium hype train, and development just took too long.
But now they have it. Maybe they're like, if we build it, they will buy it.
Yeah,
you know, make the money.
Sunk cost fallacy. They need to get some of their money back. I mean, they already bought all this tooling and stuff. They're launching it at 170. I imagine it's not going to sell that well, so it's going to come down in price a ton. Yeah, the $170 price tag, though. Do you think this is A, they way overspent and they're trying to make up some of their cost back, or B, they're actually thinking this magnesium equals premium and they can charge final mouse price?
The latter. I think it's fully that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they discount it if it doesn't sell well. So like, I don't know. What do you discount this to? $139.99, and it's still more than I want to pay.
Yeah. But Final Mouse is expensive because they do drops, so they're controlling supply heavily,
Yeah.
and they have a crap ton of marketing. Lamzu, I don't know. Like I saw a post on Reddit that was what's the most underrated mouse company, and like Lamzu was on there, and I was like, really, Lamzu is pretty well known. But then you look at like the pro scene, dude. If I would like to see one brand more often in pro play, Lamzu, easy, fantastic build quality, fantastic performance, breath of fresh air from the typical GPX Vipers.
I think an interesting take from Boardsy once was he felt like they made their shapes without ever like using the human hand in consideration. Because like a lot of people do think that like a lot of their shapes just don't feel good in the hand. Like I don't know, a lot of people hate the Maya with the strong tapering and the flare at the front. A lot of people don't like the Thorn, I guess, as well. There was a person in one of the YouTube comments on my videos that felt similarly. And my response is, apparently, I guess if that's the case, then Zowie would be highly offended with their like scientific approach or whatever they claim to have with their shape design. But
Yeah, I don't know. I don't fully.
I like
disagree.
Lamzu shapes quite a bit.
I do too. The original Maya, the sides didn't. They felt almost like they had a bulge to them. I think that's maybe I was gripping higher up, but
The Maya X is like kind of fixed that problem though.
yeah, it definitely did. And the original Atlantis, the lack of comfort grooves, kind of bothered me. But they do everything else well. I don't know what people have beef about.
They make like originalist shapes too, which is
They
like
do.
respectable.
Yeah, I know. Like you wanna complain about somebody like not making mice for the hand. You can say that about anything. I mean, Rocket Cone Pure. This is like a kind of a weird shape. Some people are like, "Oh my gosh, it's perfect for my hand." Other people are like, "Oh, that's hardly a mouse."
It's such a personal thing. Like
Yeah. Yeah, I do get where Boardsy's coming from though. But all right, let's move on. Is that it for news, dude? Oh no, Crazy Light. Okay, Crazy Light. The Crazy Light reviews are out, guys. Pulsar Crazy Light.
This has become a hot topic in comments on YouTube as well. People keep asking about the Crazy Light.
Yeah. This crappy picture, sorry, is from my email. This was a GIF, but I screenshotted it to see the colorways. I want to ask you which one's your which one's your favorite? This doesn't show it, but the base plate is the
gray
same.
and green is nice.
The base plate is the color of the scroll.
I like that darker gray.
I think that's really nice too.
I don't know if I like the green. It's like too light almost. I like the green blue combo, but I don't know if I like that green. Again, like it's too pastel. Like I'm going on an Easter egg hunt.
I do think this is a solid lineup. Black and white always sells the best. I don't know why, but whatever. People like it.
Yeah,
you
I'm glad
have-
they added different colors. They're like base color options here. Yeah.
Yep, they have this kind of gunmetal with a green highlight. So that's again the people who, like you and me, we like a little bit of flair, but we don't want RGB Super Gamer. Then we have RGB Super Gamer, and then we
Yeah.
have Anime Weeb Lover. Anime Lover / Weeb, not Weeb Lover. 35-gram weight. Sorry, did we really intro? We've talked about the X2 Crazy Light. If you don't know, you've been living under. If you don't know about the Crazy Light and you're watching this podcast, you've been living under a rock.
Yeah, those two
Pulsar-
things don't line up.
Yeah, Pulsar optical switches. So right now it's only the X2, only X2 size 2, right, or size 1?
Size 1, I believe.
Oh, okay. So X2 Mini.
Because
Okay.
boards you compare it to the L7 M shows.
Okay. That's interesting because they don't. Well, they just say X2.
X2 Mini. Yep, shape.
Yep. Thank you. So I was asking Dazz about this. Like, you think this is just a pilot of? Can we sell a bunch of these before they go and make a Crazy Light version of their million SKUs? X2H, X2H size 1, X2H size 2, X-Lite V3 size 1, X-Lite V3 size 2, V3. Yeah.
I think it is that, and I think it will sell, and I do want an X2H Mini Crazy Light.
Same.
So
Yeah. The improvement.
mostly because the switch changed.
The switch change, dude. They are just too spongy. I absolutely love. It's what I use at work, like all the time. I keep going back to it at work because the scroll wheel is so good and the shape is so comfortable with having a high hump. And the X2H,
Specifically this scroll wheel.
yeah,
The aluminum one.
the X2H,
X2H is super comfy.
it is. They did such a better job than the X2. The X2 to me feels like a Again, not designed by the hand, but designed in CAD. Anytime you have a mouse with like super flat sides, to me, it's uninspiring.
Yeah. Yep.
The X2H, I remember when you told me, I was in Micro Center or something, might have been messaging or whatever, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just put my hands on X2H. I didn't realize they tapered in the sides. And you're like,
I remember
yeah.
the conversation.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, total game changer. I mean, it's not just the hump, especially for people who like claw or fingertip like I do, where I don't have a lot of palm contact. It's all about the side geometry.
What's interesting is the first time we met up, I had an X2H Mini that you helped me like work the clicks on, but maybe the like tapered sides are more prevalent and you felt them more on the sides too or something.
Yeah, that is true. I do want to talk about these switches. So Pulsar, they say they are not, I'll bring up the Twitter link, the X link. The Crazy Light will feature our new switch, the Pulsar Optical. Crazy Light press and release resistance, so they've tuned the spring inside. Premium click sound and feeling. Okay, so they've tuned the spring inside. Maybe they've done some sort of sound deadening, because Omron Opticals are famous for squeaking and pinging.
Yeah, kind of like popping almost, yeah.
100 million click lifetime, that's Omron Opticals. No double clicking, optical switches. Pro gaming level reaction speed, optical switches. Okay. So take a look at these.
It looks like an Omron.
Yeah, so for the uninitiated,
like
Omron optical switch. So typical switches, this large pin here, there will be one in the middle and one. There will be three. Omron has these extra ones here. These two are for the sender. The other two are for the receiver. So it's actually built into the mouse. Most other optical switches, like if we look at a Razer optical switch GIF, I won't turn this into.
Oh, this is right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I won't turn this into a super long Phalanges nerd session, or at least I'll try not. Oh, come on, just give me a GIF. I know. Give me a GIF. Give me a. So the switch
I'm sorry.
that we see here, there's no electrical connections at all on the switch. These are so cool. So when you click, you see this teeny red laser beam that I can't zoom in on because.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, sweet. The red laser beam here, when you click in this switch, there's a there's a plastic shuttle that shoots down and then pops back up with each click. There is zero electronics inside of this switch. On the PCB, you have these little white boxes are actually soldered to the PCB. So the switch just clicks in and then it's just a little shuttle thing that blocks the light. That's how Razer executes theirs. So this is really cool. You want to talk about hot swappable switches? There you go. Before they were called hot swap. Yeah, so anyway, Omron is the only one who has a sender receiver built into the switch. I'm sure they have patents up the wazoo for this thing. So Pulsar, when asked if this is an Omron optical, says 16 replies. No!
Rip.
I will quote them.
I'll find it.
Oh shoot. Okay, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure the exact quote is these are not Omrons. Oh, yeah, you can check on the doc too. So they're saying this is not Omrons. I think that's just them covering their butts. Maybe they do have their name etched onto them, but at the very least, they're licensing the patents. But more than likely, they are having Omron.
It literally just says Pulsar optical switches are not Omron switches.
Thank you. Yeah. Let's
read the replies. Huh? With 20 question marks? They're the same color. So there was confusion out there. Winky face.
Yep. Anyway, people did say they feel different from Omron opticals, but
yeah,
I don't know.
People said they did not feel as bad as the Races and or the kills they used for one mouse that ruined the X3 in my opinion. But yeah.
Yep. Well, good. So anyway, steps in the right direction. Thank you, Pulsar. Like, I'm bummed that the Wise Owl Cloud XS has Races instead of Omron opticals. I might have pre-ordered it if it was Omron opticals. But decisions were made. Discussion question here is when is light too light? I have some thoughts since using the Dareu A950 Air, which is like 33.9 grams on my scale.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely nuts. Is it too light? No, but I think there's a point where too light becomes compromising of like,
Stability, consistency.
yeah, thank you. I don't know, something about having just a really solidly built mouse where you're like in an intense situation and you just confidently know you're gonna move your hand, you're gonna move your mouse, it's gonna work. But then if there's like some weird creak, then that just takes you out of the moment, and then you're like, huh, what's wrong with my mouse?
Yeah.
Do you have
I
opinions
don't
on
know.
what do you think?
I feel like it raises the ceiling on a lighter mouse. Like I can probably hit a higher PR like in Kovacs, but it lowers my floor because I'm like a little less consistent with the lower weight. I guess that's like a significant jump, 40 to 35, whatever. But like 60 to 35, like if I'm doing a tracking scenario, I'll score higher consistently. Like I have a higher average on the heavier mouse, but I might peak higher on the lighter mouse. So definitely with target switching and such.
Yep.
I aim train typically better with smaller, lighter mice. And by better,
Yeah.
I mean if I'm going for those high scores. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
what else am I doing? I don't want to get better. I just want to get a bigger number.
I do think like it's you can't argue that a smaller mouse will make your mouse pad feel more. You are rubbing your wrist on the mouse pad and your mouse, right? But there's a point where your mouse is so darn light that your wrist is really what's causing the friction. So for me, these super duper light mice have made me. I used to use Cordura pads a lot, particularly the Cooler Master MP511. I should actually put some of this on the screen. Cooler Master MP511. It's a pretty rough Cordura pad. Very affordable though. I stopped using it because it was too rough on my skin, especially when using super
Mm,
lightweight mice. It
yeah.
literally like super highlights that your wrist is rubbing all. You're exfoliating for hours on end. Uh, yeah, it's funny. My arm hairs come around farther on my left arm than they do on my right arm because I'm always moving my right arm.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Mouse nerd stuff.
Okay. Do we want to jump over to Reddit recap now?
Let's do it.
That's it for news. Kind of a slow week for news. So Reddit recap. Talk about the topic that I teased. I posted to Mouse Review Black Ice question. Okay, mouse nerds, listen up. Were there different batches of SteelSeries Prime Black Ice mice? I have 4 dark transparent and 6 water transfer printed ones. First thought was, are these fake? No, they're detected in SteelSeries GG, and the PCBs are all legit. They all have the True Move sensor. They all say SteelSeries on them. These are the mice I'm talking about here. So SteelSeries Prime is the Ergo we talked about. Beautiful Canadian maple leaf on there. I posted some updates here. This actually got a good amount of traction, which I'm happy about. I was expecting this to get downvoted because too technical for people, I guess. And I'll talk about these other mice too, which are interesting. The first, more info. So I bought these from a local computer store. I saw them pop up on eBay, and they were asking. I'll talk about price. I didn't want to talk about price in the post because, full transparency, I do plan on refurbishing and reselling these, and I don't want it to then be in the post like, yeah, I bought these for $12 a piece, and then I go and resell them for $40, and people are like, oh, you're evil, and I'm like, well, first of all, eBay 15% fees, plus $8 shipping, plus I don't know. I'm going to spend time testing, cleaning all of these. I was also the one who went and treasure hunted this, negotiated with the guy, talked with the guy for an hour. There's
Exactly.
so, but I will say it on the podcast for the loyal mousecasters. Um, they were listed for $100 for a batch of 9 of them, as shown in the picture here. I went in there. It was a small computer store, 20 minutes from my house. Really clean facility, mostly old computers like you would imagine, refurbished stuff. I don't know how these guys make money. Dude behind the counter pulls this out for me, and I was like, hey, I know that they're in as is condition, but these are looking a bit different, like unit to unit. Can I plug them in and make sure that they're opening up in SteelSeries GG? They did. We tried a couple of them. They did pop up. I was like, that is really bizarre. On the bottom of them, there's no serial numbers. There's one of them with a serial number sticker. None of the other ones have it. They also all still have the plastic film on the bottom of the skates. And the skates are also, I didn't mention this, but some of the skates are slightly different too. You'll see these ones are more like gray where others are white. There's even one of them that has, oh, I guess I should have actually highlighted that first. I don't know if you guys can tell, but you can see the different colors, right? That's clear, right?
Yeah.
There's transparent ones and there's not so transparent ones. And the not so transparent ones, some of them look pretty crappy. Like, look at this wear around the edges. And the transparent ones, some of them have this like wet looking plastic on the inside. That's on the inside. So I'm pretty sure this is an injection molding defect. Like, they just didn't get really good dispersion of the plastic into the mold. And these ones are what is it called? Hydro transfer printing, like camouflage stuff. And yeah, sure.
Molly leaving.
No, I don't want to watch
Molly.
Images. Yeah, hydro dipping. You can buy the rolls of the stuff, you put it on water, and then you dip your part, and then you gotta take it out. Yep. So these are water transfer printed, and that's why it's inconsistent around the edges, because it didn't like fully wrap around it, or they didn't submerge it all the way. So yeah, the store was legit. They were nice. They had some other mice for sale that I asked for a bulk discount on. So I ended up paying for all of these mice here. I paid $11 a unit for the SteelSeries Primes. None of them came with cables except for one. And I paid $14 a unit for these guys over here. This is an Aerox 5 Destiny edition wired. These are both Aerox 3s in mint, which is a special color, and this is an Aerox 3 in green, which is also a special color. These colors are only available on the SteelSeries web store, I believe, if I look up Aerox 3. So they have some really cool, like the Phase edition and the Ghost edition, but these greens were only available on SteelSeries' own website. So that made me feel kind of cool.
The Destiny edition one's kind of cool.
I know, right?
I played too much of that game. Yeah.
They go for decent money. Yeah, so there's also purple. That's the only other one I don't have. But yeah, if you go to their customized tab, so they don't even sell this anymore, but back when this was live, a wired Aerox 3, I want to say, was like $79.99 or something stupid. Nobody bought these. So it's really cool to have one. And the green in person is very, very vibrant. Yeah, so I said the water transfer quality is varied. Some of them are really nice, some of them are not. It also scratches. So 3 out of the 4 dark translucent ones have like melty looking plastic that I mentioned. I did take a look at the PCBs. One of the PCBs was from September 2019. The SteelSeries Prime released in like May of 2021, like a year and a half later. So I reached out to support, and they confirm. Oh, cool! My image is like really low quality. That's BS. All right. Well, SteelSeries support confirms that these are developmental units. These were not meant to be released. They were supposed to be recycled, whatever that means. I even found a Facebook post that shows a bunch of the transparent and the white ones. These ones are also missing cables. I wouldn't be surprised if somehow these are the exact ones that I have somehow. I called the shop owner asking, because I just talked to a guy at the register and they were closing, so no shop owner there. I called, left a voicemail asking where he got them from, because it'd be interesting to track that down. I don't really expect a reply though, because why would he give that information up? But SteelSeries says, from cloudy to crystal clear, the many early versions of our mouse. So I don't know. I just think it's cool to remember that, like, when China comes out with some mouse in like some crazy amount of time, there's a lot of development that happens behind the scenes that we just don't know about. Lamzu, we talked about with the Tachi, knowing about that for like a year. And that's a year after they publicly announced it with photos, you know?
Right.
Think of how long it was in development before then. You know, before they had the aesthetics locked in to share publicly. So I'm hoping I have some feelers out with SteelSeries support. The latest update is the customer service rep who is assigned to my ticket moved this over. You can see the crappy print quality here. Move this
Oh yeah.
over to his support to his supervisor. The supervisor was like, "We usually don't talk about the development process, but I can try to get in touch with someone if you like." And I said,
Hmm.
"Please try to get in touch with somebody, even if it's just a curiosity. I'm not looking for internal information. If there's
Right,
just some
right.
funny story about like, yeah, the printing process was absolute garbage and we were hand dipping all of them and that just didn't scale well. I just would like to hear that from the manufacturer. Be a cool manufacturer and talk a little bit about the development. Here's the melty plastic on the inside. So you can see with the injection molding here, this is where the
Oh yeah.
sprue was. So this is probably like the center of the cavity. And yeah, it just had like poor distribution of the plastic. Yeah.
These all like Rainbow Six Siege. Is that like the?
Oh yeah, sorry, Black Ice Rainbow Six Siege. Yep, that is the
Yeah, I just
logo.
recognize
Should
the
be.
logo. Yep.
Yep, Rainbow Six. So yep, official SteelSeries mice that has the logo and everything. So yeah, I plan on if I get interesting info back from the shop owner or from SteelSeries support, I will post a separate mouse review update. You guys can look for it there.
Cool.
Okay. Do you have any thoughts at all?
Not too many. I've already heard much. I
Yeah.
had my thoughts already.
Yeah. All right. Next thing is this was the top upvoted thing for the week. We should just talk about whatever the top upvoted thing is for every week, even if it's as dumb as this.
We'll go there after this. Let's start here though.
Yeah.
This one I saw, I thought was a really bad like frog statue mold that someone made. This it looked like a frog's eye to me, but anyway, it's
My
a mouse.
my Gigabyte mouse caught fire and almost burned down my apartment. Yeah. So
Not surprising it originated on PC Master Race because Gigabyte wouldn't go far on a mouse review.
no. Look at his desk
Wow.
is one of those super cheap desks that has a wood laminate top, like a melamine top, and then the inside is corrugated wood. See how it's like honeycomb?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a cheap desk. And that thing was in flames for a while. And it was towards the back of the mouse.
Looks like Vader, Darth Vader, Milton.
So this is a Gigabyte. Oh, here's the bottom view. That sensor position, huh? This is a Gigabyte M6880X. M6880X.
Cutting edge.
Gigabyte. So
21st century mouse.
Dazz and I were talking. This comment that got gold. You have to report this to Gigabyte. Letting them know can save other people's homes. So I get like product safety and stuff is important, but you guys got to remember this was a wired mouse. How many of this actually happened to? I don't know. Maybe it did happen more than this once. We don't know that. But my brother in gaming mice, how many people? If you're the product manager for Gigabyte mice or whatever, and you see this post happen about a mouse from like a 1600 DPI wired mouse from probably like 2010, how relevant is this to you today?
Cool, bro. Sorry about your loss. Like,
I don't know.
how many of these are even in use? 10?
Yeah. As a person who works in manufacturing and who has worked in quality and stuff, this is such an edge case. I would be curious if I like worked at Gigabyte. I'd be curious to have the mouse sent back to me and look at it, but it's largely going to be irrelevant. The team who worked on this is going to be gone, long gone. The product managers are going to be long gone. This is probably not even a Gigabyte product. It's probably just an OEM product that they put the Gigabyte logo on. So
I'm gonna piece for like 10 seconds.
okay. So yeah, I'm really not. I don't know. This got like 49,000 upvotes on PC Master Race. Maybe I'm just a bit jaded. I do think it's interesting. It's not a wireless mouse, so it's not the LiPo battery or lithium-ion battery. It's a wired mouse. So it was a short, but it was a short that happened in like a really explosive fashion. I was thinking maybe a capacitor blew. I don't know. To actually cause a fire though, that's impressive. But yeah, plastic. If you expose plastic to enough flames, remember, plastic's a petroleum product. It'll burn. That'll burn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Next thing. Let's move on.
This guy.
Dirty Mouse.
What is this guy doing?
Clean it up with common sense. Decks after 8 days. What happened to Logitech's coding quality? They never had coatings on their mice.
Yeah.
I don't know about the GPX decks. I did have a Dex, and I don't think whatever. So, I've owned and used exclusively Logitech. I'm a Logitech fanboy for the past 7 years, is what he's saying. But yeah,
Versus Logitech mousepad.
I know,
Fail.
bro. Your sensor. What does Shroud say?
It's just not going to perform with snuff if you're not in the same. You got to match brands on the mousepad to the mouse.
Yeah.
That's why I suck at games.
There you go.
Anyway.
That's strange because I've been using mine for 4 to 5 months and it still looks good as new. Other users probably don't have this problem. Otherwise, you'd see a lot of threads. Even with the cheapest type of plastic, that shouldn't deteriorate that quickly. Maybe it's because of soap or the sleeve you're using. Does he say anything about him
dirt
being...
at his desk?
I can promise you it's not dirty hands. I religiously wash my hands every time I sit down at my PC. Could also be lotion. I remember one of the Fantech guys or somebody talking about how difficult it is to get a good mouse coating because of like people literally having different acidity of their like sweat. So like a coating will like degrade with someone's sweat, with one person's sweat, but not with another person's. 8 days of using it for what? A butt plug? Dude, it is pretty... That is
he just sitting there licking his mouse? You see he called out Boardsy in this?
Did he?
Trying to get a response from Logitech or Boardsy. What a hilarious comment. I contacted the mouse company and Boardsy, a known YouTuber.
Weird.
For giving it the seal of approval and saying it's great.
Yeah, the entitlement. This is the same kind of guy who would want a bunch of money from Gigabyte if his mouse burned. I do feel bad. Okay, let me back up. That Gigabyte mouse thing is very unfortunate, and that is a pretty dangerous situation. But I'm just saying that, yeah, when something unfortunate happens to you, that doesn't always mean some company needs to give you $1 million for it. Yeah, I just don't know how he could stain his mouse that bad. I don't know. What's your theory? He says he washes his hands religiously.
But he didn't say he washes his butt religiously. He said that butt plug down. I don't know, man. I don't know. 6'65" tricks, whatever the heck your name is.
Yeah, I don't know. Can we look at his post history? Can we see if he's done anything questionable?
Need help finding a unicorn.
Oh, this is like a newer account. Yeah, he started this account.
He posted on r/manipulation. r/noses.
Nose makeup
Doppelganger?
101.
Oh, these are some makeup.
Interesting. Uber Eats. All right.
And then he got into mice.
I don't want to be too creepy. I don't want this to turn into... MouseCast podcast is really just creep on people. But yeah, my theory is Homeboy is using...
This is how you operate on Reddit. You see a poster of a comment you question, you stalk the person's comment.
I got 3 theories, okay? First theory, in decreasing likeliness. He says he washes his hands religiously. He's going to be one of those guys who, like, you know, you're in a public restroom, you know, you and the guy, you know, go wash your hands at the same time, but he does the faucet on, hands under, faucet off. No soap. Just, I guess, making himself feel good that he washed his hands, you know?
Like, is he lying? Like, I feel like someone who says that they wash, like, takes the time to wash their hands that much has to be, like, meticulous about it. Like, yeah. I guess I just stole over out of the sentence there.
I'm saying first option is he actually doesn't wash his hands that as well as he thinks. Second option, which maybe you're right, maybe this should be the least likely, but whatever. Second option, he's using some sort of hand lotion.
Even the soap he's using, maybe.
Hair gel, the soap. There's something going on his hands that, yeah, it's like not unscented or it's undyed or it's dyed or whatever. Yeah. Third option, Homeboy is like, he posted to Uber Eats. Homeboy eats McDonald's 3 times a day. He is so acidic and sweaty. He's literally melting his mice over time.
MouseCast talks. He just calls them grease balls. Accuses them of using mice as a butt plug.
Oh man, I don't know, it's just so easy to roast this guy, right? Because 8 days, dude, 8 days. It'd be different if it's like 4 months.
I mean, if he's washing his hands so many times a day, he's probably made of microplastics from that soap bottle at this point. Like,
Yeah.
rip, dude, rip.
Yeah. Okay, no, my theory is the McDonald's. He's a greaseball. He eats McDonald's and sweats acid.
Oh man.
What's your theory?
I don't know. Something like the soap lotion thing makes the most sense.
Or he licks it.
Yeah,
He didn't say
like,
he doesn't lick it. He didn't say that.
I'm just gonna not ever consider the possibility this could ever be Logitech's fault, and I'm gonna blame this guy.
I don't know. It would be interesting to see the mouse in person. Like, what if he has like some nerve? Well, it's only 8 days. He has some condition where he like rubs the mouse somehow, and has like worn down to. I don't know, the thing is, the plastic. It's not painted. Okay, so if you were to cut that, if you were to cut that plastic, it's gonna be white all the way through. Maybe we're looking at dead skin cells.
We spent far too much time looking at dead skin cells then.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else from? I have the last topic here.
You said you're going to talk about the top for the week. This is it. Now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doomscroll. Homie puts the X-ray pad. These are expensive ones too. You can get these cheaper.
Have you ever put the grip tape on the buttons? I feel like that just offends my hand.
Oh, yeah. Unpopular opinion. Yes. Why? Some mice that don't have the buttons protruding out a whole lot, this helps.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Yep. That is the only reason I'll do it. I do not need to grip the buttons any harder.
No.
It's more just about finding them, because some button placement will be stupid. I don't have a good example
They're
here.
on the side of the mouse.
Yeah. Anyway. What else is on the doom scroll? Yeah, homie painted his mice. These are absolutely gorgeous.
They're sick.
I asked him how he got the logo on, and he says he paints them. But it was funny because I was like, Razer can never get their logo centered. I didn't realize it was him who painted it. Sorry, buddy. You do a really good job. Can my camera work? Mousepad giveaway. Cool. Mousepad company I have heard of, but I don't really care about. My post. I do like that my avatar, I specifically picked this orange one because it looks like a boat.
Sticks out. I can see you. I know you commented on a post when I see that bright orange guy. So.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, gram typo. Cool. New sorting feature. Oh, wait a second. I actually didn't see this. New sorting feature on ELOSHAPES upcoming sensor positions. No way. He's doing sensor position? How is he doing sensor position? Let's see. Hey everyone, Happy New Year. I've added a new sorting feature. It's not a major update, but allows you to quickly organize comparisons between multiple mice. So sort by manual name length. Oh, I see. So it's just the drop down list. Yeah. I wonder if he could do a
so he's
quick
adding
check.
sensor data later. Yeah.
Adding sensor position data, which will be released later on. Right now, I'm setting up the tools that will make it easier. Afterward, I'll implement a way to display the sensor position as a dot on the mouse outline.
I hope this guy makes like hella money on like referral codes and affiliate links.
I know.
For all the work he puts in.
Because one thing about these side projects is often they burn bright and they burn out quickly, right? You get an idea, you're like, I want to make a website that does this because it doesn't exist. You load it up with 10, 20, 30 mice. You're done after a month or two because you're tired of it. You're tired of spending time on it. It was fun. It's not getting a lot of traction, yada, yada. But for what he's done, dude, how many
Keeps on
mice?
going.
I know.
He shapes every day.
And he
I
adds
use
new
this all the
features
time.
and stuff. And he's pivoted to like other things. Like he said he designs these banners. Like, look at how pretty this is.
Yeah. I'm like, I'll be thinking like, is this like this mouse? And I'll just go right to ELOSHAPES, check it out. Like,
Also, can we shout out like 30% off? Is that real?
okay, so all their mice are 25% off plus 5%. I've seen this before.
What does that even
They
mean?
have a sale going on right now. If you look at the top there, Chinese New Year sale, all mice are 25% off, I believe.
Oh, so they're...
Which is a deal because you get them for like AliExpress prices straight from ATK.
Do you have an affiliate code with them?
I do.
Okay. So your affiliate code is it's just
It's
a
always
link?
Dazz.
Okay.
There's a referral. There's like a link, or you can use code Dazz, either one. So
So
you can say code Dazz 30% off because it's 5% plus. Yeah. So
cool. Okay. I
is mine
might
5%? I'm gonna make sure I'm not lying to you guys, but go ahead.
yeah. Okay, well what I was gonna say is I'm gonna probably pick up a Leviathan F1 then. I didn't realize that
Mine
'cause-
still has side popping. Not
Oh.
side popping, but you can feel the edge of the shell hit against like the support a little bit in certain spots, which is
You gonna
why I
sell
got
it?
rid of my other ones.
I'll buy it.
I might actually.
Oh really? Okay.
I'm not going to use it, so yeah, maybe I will sell it to you.
Okay. Well, we'll talk off stream then, because I'm very much interested, and I'll mod it and fix it.
ATK.
Or I could fix
yeah,
it for
5%
you.
off,
5%. 5%. Okay. Yeah.
and then 25 for this sale. Yeah.
Cool.
We need to meet up soon. Anyway,
No way. Their X1 is. Oh, that's right. They released
The-
the X1,
new
but the
one,
lower.
yeah. What's the
Yeah,
ultimate cost? Because that is the best one.
$90.
So it's going to be like still like 60-ish with
Yeah.
X1 Pro though. What's that?
Yeah. X1 75.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
trash.
that's not. I know, dude. It's on
These are not
AliExpress.
prices. I
50
lied.
bucks. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm gonna. Dude, I
Oh,
want
the
to
Fierce is
try
on there.
the Fierce. They don't have a unique colorway. I want to shell swap it with my Attack Shark. Okay. Even this
What's
is
the R1?
they
Yeah,
have
what's the
this
R1 Pro run? 45?
45. Yeah.
Ooh.
AliExpress they're like 42, so that's actually pretty good.
I need to get an R1 Pro because I want to do a top 5 budget mice under 50, and I don't have one to include
Hmm.
a non-phalanged one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have mine is unmodded except for I did do a battery swap. But otherwise it's unmodded. If you wanted to long-term borrow it, you can. We can talk off stream, but I don't want to sell it. I do really
What
like
if
it.
I like 5-head it and have you use my referral code, pay you for it, and ship it to my house?
Oh yeah, sure.
ATK didn't hear that.
Yeah, pay for shipping once. Okay, yeah, we'll talk off stream. Okay, so where were we with ELOSHAPES? Oh, I wanted to see just how many mice he has. So
How do you feel about me using ELOSHAPES in videos? Is it a waste of time? Have you ever
Oh.
looked at, do you ever watch the videos or you just listen to them?
I think it's a good inclusion if you're quick with it. I can never be quick with anything, so I would never use it in my videos. But
I
with
sometimes talk too long about it.
you,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's good because anytime I'm like, oh, I had a guy come over for a mouse swap once, and I had ELOSHAPES up, and he was like, "Whoa, this is wild." He never knew about it.
Oh, man.
This was a MouseMarket transaction, and he didn't know about it.
Huh. I
Yeah.
assume everybody on there knows.
No,
Yeah.
it's an amazing tool. So I think it's good that you bring exposure to it. I do think
I often go to it when I don't have a mouse that I want to shape compare. So and if ELOSHAPES demonstrates like a shape difference or like a lack thereof, then it helps prove my point. But yeah, I almost always end up overlaying gameplay on top of that segment while I'm talking.
that's good. Yep, keep it static and keep it moving, not static images like I do on the podcast. Dude, he has 899 mice. Is that right?
It's incredible.
That can't be right. Is that just some placeholder number?
No, his post said like getting the sensor positions for all 900 mice on my site. So yeah,
Jesus, dude. 899 mice?
what a guy. Let's get him on the pod. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. He's like Swedish or Norwegian or something? Yeah,
Unsure.
but
Hit him up like Dad Boy Guru. Ask him where he's from.
yeah. Okay, I will. Okay, Nate Zirk, if you are watching, where are you from?
There you go.
Where you from? All right, let's. I don't know. Oh wait, we talked about the shorting feature. Whatever. Let's just move on. Who cares? All right, let's move on to personal ramblings. Reddit recaps over. We're 54 minutes in. Let's go on to personal ramblings. Daz, kick us off.
Or where I make you listen to me talk about my YouTube channel.
Yeah. I think it's insightful. We were talking before the pod, and there's so many people who want to film mouse content and upload it, even if it's just a random video here or there. But your sort of like rapid growth in 6 months and rapid increase in quality and scripting and everything and lessons learned and talking about them on the podcast, I think it's inspiring isn't quite the right word. Yeah, sure, inspiring, motivating, pulling back the veil on what it takes, I guess.
I didn't even want to review mice. I didn't know that I wanted to review mice. I just had a Dharma Shark X6 and then there wasn't a video. So you were like, you should throw a review up. So I just
Yeah.
one shot a crappy video.
Yeah.
And I just got a comment 2 minutes ago. Anyway, I dropped the GPX clone bid this week. Somebody said it was a crime against humanity that I didn't include the INCOT HP01CM, whatever the heck that mouse is. I forgot to include the asterisk. I've tried. These are the top 5 GPX clones I've tried. You can look at that mouse. Yeah, HPCO, this thing. The hot
I
spot
have
gold
one.
GPX looking.
It's not a
Yeah.
GPX clone.
Okay, thank
It's
you.
closer to a Hobbyist Plus.
It looks like that too. All right,
Yeah.
I'll fire that back at the guy.
It's-
Anyway.
Yeah. And it's not a great mouse either. Anyway. It does have the same scroll wheel fancy carriage thing as Pulsar. They're the only other ones who I know does
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
But,
yeah, that video's done surprisingly well. It shot up in views pretty quickly. I did something I've not done before, and like a day and a half after it dropped, I released a chopped up short version of it. It's like a minute 45. And that's my fastest growing short, so I guess people didn't hate it. It was tedious to make the short because I had to go to every single camera shot and shift it over so it fit into like the resolution of a short.
yeah.
Like, so you can see it doesn't quite work for some of these, but I had to
Stupid
make it work.
vertical content.
So I'm sitting here in DaVinci Resolve, like shifting things over for like 30 minutes straight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, this has like 100 likes, which is by far the most likes. Like my 2,000 view Skyrox one has like 60 likes. Why do people like this so much?
I don't know.
Is it because I said the QC on the Ages was eh? Like, I don't know. Like...
That was funny. The double tap, maybe people are scrolling and they accidentally double tap. I don't know.
See how this short is supposed to be like the perfect content loop because the related videos there. Next up we have the 3 clicks. It has 3 whole clicks is what it says. People have gone from that short to the long form video. So who knows?
Sorry, did you reshoot any shots for this, or it was all from the full length video?
Straight out of the full length, yeah.
Nice.
It actually only took me less than 20 minutes to like edit it down to this. It was just the camera switching that took another like 20 minutes, but like it was less than an hour effort, which honestly isn't bad.
Yeah.
I was debating doing it with my top 5 because that it's like actually good information for people. Like, what are the top 5 mice? Figure it out in like a minute and a half or less. Like,
yeah.
That's my favorite one, the like lo-fi skates one. But
yeah, that's my favorite too. I think.
2.5K on the Skyrox. That's surprising.
Yeah, I think part of it, the thumbnail that with this, the way you're holding it brings your eyes to like this is interesting. This is what he's going to talk about, other than the colorful
That's a good
background
point.
and the clear.
Yeah, the Nacho
banner.
Customs pad. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's actually pretty well staged.
I should. It's like I've been lazy and I've just like by default for shorts you can just pick any shot from the short as the thumbnail. You can upload a separate one, and I should just like stage the thumbnail in reality.
It's a pain in the butt. For me to do it, you have to do it on your desktop. You can't do it from mobile, or it's like you have to.
You have to use the YouTube app, not the YouTube Studio app, which is dumb.
Oh.
To change a short thumbnail. Yeah.
Yeah, what I did in mine was I had at the very end of my video, I had like 5 frames of what I wanted to use. So then I just pulled it from the anyway. You have here Pulsar approved.
Yep, I applied for like the Pulsar affiliate and got that approved like I think I applied over a month ago and they finally approved it.
Okay.
But it's only an affiliate link. There's no code. So I did ask them, can I get code Dazz, please? Because I always say like use code Dazz. So I haven't added this to any of my video descriptions yet for people to use if they should happen to ever buy a Pulsar mouse. My only review of them is the X3 and it wasn't positive. But I also asked them like, what are your criteria to send out a review unit to like a YouTuber? Because I'm like a smaller, newer one, but like I feel like my videos get solid impression and engagement, or like maybe they would sell some units. So like maybe I can get some review. That's how this becomes sustainable long term because I can't just keep buying mice, and I'm not buying flagship mice to review because that's too much money. But like, unless the review units come out, like this will eventually slow down or die because it's just not sustainable. I'm making $0 on this by far. So. Yeah, this X-Light by you, or the Pulsar by you, is pretty cool.
Yeah, I was trying to build. Well, I wonder where this is going once the Crazy Light. Like, I'm sorry, cool colorways, I'm all for. But if I can shave off 20 grams and have Omron opticals, I'm gonna. Sorry, I was gonna try to build this here, but it looks like they don't have it populated yet. But I mean, we've seen custom X2s and stuff, but an X-Light V3 would be pretty cool.
Is that a black aluminum scroll wheel?
Yeah,
Black paint,
they
aluminum?
had black,
Nice.
titanium, and silver as options, and they have
Ooh.
transparent here too, with like a transparent blue, or maybe that's just a blue underplate and a dark gray overplate.
See, Pulsar is such a cool company, and now that they have these new optical switches, they might be my favorite.
I
I
know,
don't know.
I know.
Can your batch run QC be good? You might rule the world.
Yeah. So you're thinking about doing a giveaway, I hear?
I have so many like random McMice left over from these reviews now. Like even the Mad R I have, like I'm not using it. I have so many mice just sitting around, like because I had the thought earlier somebody was debating buying this mouse or that, and I was like, what if I just gave it to them? Like that'd be cool because then they wouldn't have
Hmm.
to pay for it. And if they don't like it, no problem. But like if I did a giveaway, like am I selling out? Because I would be like, follow me on Twitter and like leave a comment and subscribe to get like a like. I think it's giving someone like value and like creating community. I don't know.
I think
I want to
no.
hear your
Look
thoughts
at
on it.
so giveaways are a very wholesome thing. I mean, look at this. Friggin' Reddit pins it at the top. We know it's an ad. We literally know it's an ad. We all are
Yeah.
very aware, but it's an ad that you can maybe get something out of. Where
I'm like I
was?
question it because like two of my next three reviews are going to be like from review units from like mice that I wouldn't have reviewed otherwise, but I've been like pleasantly surprised by. Followed by a giveaway, like is he going full sellout mode? Like, but am I big enough for anybody to give a crap? Probably not. Like,
No, I think it's very worthwhile. I think it's a very good way of. Um, it's no different than if you do a grand opening of a new storefront, and you have your doorbuster deals to get people in the door. You know you're going to lose money on it. You know this is not an economical thing to ship somebody a mouse, especially if you were to open this up to, you got to talk about regions and stuff, because otherwise you're going to get somebody who wins in Zimbabwe and it's going to be $84 to ship it to them.
it's got to be continental US, yeah,
Yeah.
which is only
So,
1/5 of the audience.
but
Interesting point.
right. So that leads into another topic I want to talk about. But the giveaway is a very good way to bring people to your channel. Who again, it's we as like technically minded people, we don't think about wanting to sell ourselves. Like we're like, oh, if we just make the best darn content, then people will love us. But that's not
Yeah,
how marketing works. You can have the best
no,
engineered product in the world. If nobody knows about it, nobody's gonna buy it.
exactly.
So look at Final Mouse. They are not the best mouse ever, but they have insane hype behind every single one of their releases. They can do drops of 10,000 units that sell out in 15 minutes
Yep,
because of the hype.
that's crazy. You
So
make a good point.
so yeah, the mousepad giveaway I think is a very wholesome way to bring people to your channel. Um,
Ooh,
it's
the mouse
another
pad giveaway is actually a great idea because I have many mouse pads I don't use.
yeah. You do have to be careful with I would say, you know, obviously be upfront if the thing is used, how heavily used it is. I would opt for something that's not a no-namer thing. Like, this is a company, Cyber Mousepad. This is why they're doing a giveaway. They're trying to get their name out there. I have no idea if their
All right.
pads are good or not, but hey, we're gonna find out by whoever wins. Maybe they'll post to r/mousepad review. So maybe do a newer pad, or maybe not a newer pad, but a pad that's not used. Um,
Like yeah, the ATK pads I got, I used for like 5-10 minutes at most. So
there you
yeah,
go. Yeah, and you're an advocate for ATK stuff, and you have
I
a
love their
code
stuff.
with
Yeah,
them. Yeah, so you
yep.
can if you can recommend them, don't just give out your garbage. You know,
Ooh, I have to remember to click the affiliate little check mark before I launch these videos.
yeah.
That's funny.
But I think no different than creating shorts is another way to bring a different type of people to your channel. Having a giveaway is another great one. I just don't know where would you post this? Would this be a community post?
Like, can I post it on Reddit and not just get destroyed? No, right? It has to be like. I think I would do a short video about it, maybe. Unfortunately, like a standalone video.
I think that would work well. I mean, you have 200 subscribers that are
Yeah,
literally fresh subscribers like me, my 1800 subscribers, like 1700 of them are subscribed 8 years ago. So if I post something, none of them are clicking it. You only
right.
have 200 clicks right there.
I would hope so. Yeah.
I'll click. I'm not going to enter the giveaway, but I'll click it. I'll
Yeah.
promote it. We'll promote it on the pod too. Okay, we'll do that.
Anyway, I talked about limiting factor of like buying mice. The other limiting factor is time. Like I have 2 shorts and a full video recorded, but I haven't edited a single second of them just because life is very, very busy. So again, if I edit a video or shoot it, it's from 10:30 to 1. It's the same time we record the pod, which
Yeah.
isn't surprising.
And editing videos is kind of like you got to kind of be in the zone. Like it's not,
I stepped it up last time. Yeah,
it's
I
not
made some
5.
keybind changes.
Oh, yeah. Cuz it's not 5 hours of work, but it's also not like if it's going to take an hour, you don't really want to sit down for a half hour, do it halfway, and then come back 2 days later and try to pick it back up on what your creative process was.
I've only done editing in one shot for all these. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I put like cut on Q and like delete on E. So like when I cut a piece, I was just like QQE and like it just like cuts off the piece
Smart. Yeah.
way faster.
I need to do something
But
like
the
that.
problem is I go through and I cut out like every single little like and like every little pause. So that's why to make the video flow better. But my God, I had like 130 some like little mini clips in my last video because I cut so many times to try and make it like seamless.
Does
But also like I'm trying to make it cut without like the camera jumping too much, so it's not like a sudden thing,
Yeah.
and the audio still flows decently. Yeah.
No, I think all your editing has been really seamless. Like it's kind of like makeup, right? You don't want it to be obvious that you're doing a ton of it.
Yeah.
Does DaVinci Resolve show the waveform of the audio levels?
Yeah, it does.
Okay,
It
that's
really helped. So I instant like
changer.
I actually boosted beyond what I'm gonna like publish it at, so I can really see like the little like huffs and puffs, whatever the heck I'm doing, the little like mini strokes I have like between words, and then I like bring it back down. But like yeah, it helps like that.
SC800, my
I'm
first
just
mouse
clicking on a
from that
random
company.
video
Let's see what it's
here.
all about.
I feel like all of these unboxings are I'm making them for every mouse I get that I'm gonna review, and they're getting really boring for me because they're all the same. But like I have to assume it's different people looking at it every time that are just interested in that mouse.
Mechanicals, they feel
Yeah, this is like what I was saying about ELOSHAPES. It can burn bright, but it can burn out fast. So
Yeah.
yeah, it would start
Honestly,
feeling like a job if you just do an unboxing every time you get one in the mail. But that's
Yeah, I
what it's
filmed three
about.
one night and I was like, oh my God, this is so stale. But like,
Yeah,
if this video informs 5 people and I get 1 subscriber, cool.
yeah.
I don't really care how the shorts perform. So
All right.
that's all I had for YouTube.
Well, the one other thing I had for
Oh.
YouTube was
Yeah.
subscribe. Okay, so Daz and I messaging each other during the workday, and he says something like, you hit 200 subscribers. First of all, congrats.
Thank you. And then somebody unsubbed literally a minute later.
199.
What a troll.
But you had the analytics that you would gain 5 subscribers in like a day or whatever. And I don't know, I was just kind of sitting there thinking, 5 people click subscribe in a day. On our YouTube dashboard, it just says 5 plus 5 today. But think about that. That's 5 people who are like, I like this guy. I like what he has to say. I want to hear more. Subscribe. Part of it is a little bit heartwarming in my opinion. Like,
Yeah. Well,
these random internet strangers are somehow connecting with you or your take or your hobby or your camera or your editing, whatever, and want more. I think part of that is just kind of wholesome. We live in this society that's very segregated and the anonymity on the internet and stuff. But you got to remember that this plus 5 is 5 individuals. Each person, has a family, has hobbies, has friends, has a job, has school or classes, and
yeah, I guess I don't just subscribe willy nilly. And like 200 is like the size of like the largest lecture hall like at the college I went to, like to put context on it. Yeah. Yesterday was nice. I got 14 subs actually.
whoa.
And I got 12 on the day. So the X3 video was 12 and then GPX. So you are definitely a prisoner of the content, of the item in the content you make. But yeah.
Yeah. But lecture hall, that's a good analogy. Yeah. But the thing is, those 200 people chose to be there. Actively
Not the case
chose.
in a lecture hall.
That's cool.
Well, in a lecture hall, you chose to pay a lot of money to not want to be there. So
Yeah. Like, think about if you were giving a speech on a topic that you like gaming mice, at your local university, and 200 people RSVP'd that they were coming. That is weird to think about.
It's weird to think about people have listened to me sound like an idiot about mice for 735 hours in the last like 6 weeks. Like
That's pretty good. You're
doesn't
almost
make
at
any
the
sense.
4,000 threshold for members or AdSense or whatever.
Yeah, it's the number to monetize is comical. I'm like not even an eighth of the way there, which just doesn't matter at all.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to
You
my
had some shorts.
YouTube. Yeah, I did a couple shorts. These were actually filmed these a while back, but talking about glossification, I don't really want to watch this whole thing. It's basically steel wool. Steel wool doesn't make it glossy, it makes it smooth though, which is nice. Second option is acetone, which I actually do live here. You can see that side is shinier than the first side. It's not. It's kind of rougher. Second side is shinier.
Where'd you get the watermark for shorts?
I don't know why. I don't know what I did.
I like it.
Yeah, I did the acetone live, and it actually came out pretty well. It's streaky because the way the cloth I'm using is not good. Like ideally, you would not just do one direction. Somehow the streak actually is like good grip for me, and it still feels smooth, but yeah. And then the third option that a polish. So this is like a steel wheel polish. I crap you not, toothpaste works better than this stuff. If you are into super glossy mice, like you want that glorious Model D super glossy, the proper thing to do is, if you're not going to just do glossy spray paint, would be, sorry, I lost my train of thought. It would be like an automotive sandpaper where they're like 2000 grit, and then you finish with a polishing compound that would have to be even finer than toothpaste. But toothpaste is shockingly good. Yep.
Who knew?
All right. The other thing I have that... Okay. So this is a shout out to a commenter, Griever FPS. I promised a Dareu A950 video to, because he actually commented on the pot. Sorry, my camera's just going to be unfocused. And I was like, okay, he asked for an A950. He's like, you just barely mentioned it because it was what am I using for the day. So I don't plan on doing a review. This is, my gosh, this is going to be your review if my camera ever focuses. So Griever wanted to know more. You also had a guy who very desperately wanted to know more.
Indeed. Right? But I will be reviewing the mouse, so.
Oh, you actually have a review edited, filmed?
No,
rather.
but it's coming. Okay. It's the next one. Yeah.
So my take of it is it is a smaller mouse shape. It's not super small. It's not Final Mouse small shape. It's like Final Mouse medium, mid hump. Tapering definitely tapering on the sides here. Same thing with vertically. They're pretty flat feeling vertically, but the waist taper does give a little bit of a slope, so that's nice. I really like the shape. Clicks are good. Main buttons are kind of loud. They have good tactility. The main downside is the amount of flex in the buttons. I'm not even actuating the switch here. That's all flex. The buttons are very bendy.
If you were me, that's terrible.
Yeah. So if you click up here, very usable. If you extend over the end of the mouse, these feel like mushy, untactile crap. So scroll wheel middle mouse, it's using like a silent switch, but it has decent rebound. Side buttons, good tactility, glossy finish, well positioned. They jut out a pretty good amount. I'm actually very happy. I really like these side buttons. Scroll wheel, it's good, tactile, but still kind of quiet. The finish to it was textured. I wasn't a fan of the texturing. I took steel wool to it, much happier with it now. The skates are heat-treated PTFE, so they're rather fast. This is like what the Cone Pure is using, or what other heat-treated ROG Harpy Ace. Single screw to take it apart on the bottom is interesting. And I think that's it. Yeah, 33.9 grams, incredible. I got it for about $40 on AliExpress. Definitely worth $40. It is not worth. I think you got the 39.50 version, Dazz, and you paid
like 60, but that was a big sale. It retails for like 90.
Whoa, 90? No way would I pay 90 for this.
No.
So the thing is, you got to remember, this is a very lightweight mouse. This is the lightest mouse I own, I think, other than stupid fingertip things. So you could have the most exotic polycarbonate carbon fiber shell. It's still going to feel kind of cheap because it's so light.
Yes.
They did a great job reinforcing the areas that matter, like right in the middle, right on the top of the hump. But Dude, I'm friggin'
Everywhere
bending.
else, it feels like it's gonna snap in your hand almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm at, you can't quite see. I'm actually pressing into the butt here, and
If you push
these.
in like right there, it's like ooh, like you're pushing on
Yeah.
paper almost. Yeah. So
So
like my initial impressions were like these clicks stink because I clicked so far down, and then like the build integrity in other spots. So it was kind of negative, but I do like the shape a lot. It's like a fun mouse to use.
yeah, yeah. Oh, and just make it clear, there is the 3395 version that I got. That's $40. They call it cicada wings, like the bug. Yeah. I would.
This one's also cicada wings for whatever that's worth. This
Oh,
like
really?
black. That's what
I
it
thought
said
they
on
called it
the
like.
one AliExpress listing. There's
Oh,
one above this.
are you sure? So do you? I thought that. Okay. Yeah, you might want to double
I
check
think
that.
I was also very confused.
The 3950, the way you can tell is the white version with the 3950 will have a gray scroll wheel and gray side buttons. Anyway, my take would be get the 3395 version that's cheaper. Don't spend $60 is I think really the cutoff point. If it's like the perfect mouse shape and size for you, then maybe it's
Hmm.
worth it there. But otherwise, me personally, I wouldn't have bought this if it was like more than $45.
If I wasn't reviewing mice, I wouldn't have bought this.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the A950 Air electric engine version. I don't know what that is.
A950 Air electric
But
engine.
this says A950 Air Cicada Wing AIM 750U is the one that
Yep.
I got.
AIM
So,
750U, that's 750 inches per second. That's the 39.
Yep,
Yeah.
up
So
to
you
950.
did get the highest end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He also asked how I got my ManPhalanges name. I don't really want to talk about that. I have a video on my channel. I don't know. Hands are cool. Hands represent like what we are capable of as a. Go listen to the Bon Jovi song with these two hands.
There
There's
you
some
go.
cool symbolism. AliExpress deals I'm going to skip over, but they are having a sale now until like early February. Also, Rakuten and Top Cashback have 7% and 4% and 7% respectively off. You can use my affiliate codes below. Rakuten, we both get money for. Top Cashback is just me.
Yep.
All right. Last topic, our actual discussion topic. We're at an hour 17. We're making pretty good time. You tease this one? How about I'll start us off because you're reading something.
I'm literally changing a short title because I'm a psychopath. Go ahead.
Really?
Yeah.
Got to update for the algorithm. Refresh it.
Yeah.
I
got
do want
distracted
to.
hard there.
Oh, I want to see. Wait, how do I see 174 updates on this? How do I see view count?
Another
6,000
funny thing, we
views.
both put Final Mouse in our last short, and yours has got 6,000 views, and mine's the fastest growing short that I've had. So
I don't get it, dude. Yeah,
it's so cheap.
I think part of it is the Final Mouse people are a little bit more. How do I say this? Consuming of media, like mouse content. You know.
Even I having never tried a Final Mouse, when I came back to mice, was like, Final Mouse is the end game. It's the best, and like quickly learned that was not the case.
Yeah.
So
They still are very good. I mean, their PCBs
Yeah.
are. There's a reason why. What's Optimum is using one in his Zero Mouse blade. It is the industry standard. Well, not it's the bar. It's not the standard. It's the bar.
yeah,
But, dude, my video literally shows. I would take this. If this had optical switches, I would take this. No, I would take this over a Final Mouse.
straight up.
Yeah. Now the Beast X I would take over this just because of the Omron opticals. If this had Omron opticals and if they just made it 2 grams heavier to fix the bendy clicks, I would use this so much. I also kind of wish they did larger skates. I don't know. I feel like with such a
Mine came with a large replacement front skate.
for me a large rear skate. Like, are you
Or
sure?
was it rear skate? There was
Yeah.
one skate that was larger.
See the
Okay.
pattern?
Yep.
Which I usually put more pressure on the front because that's what you're pressing down on. So that's weird that they did. Whatever. Okay, here's our last topic. Imagine that you have a friend who wants to get into competitive FPS or gaming mice. What products or advice would you give said friend?
What do you say to him? Don't Enjoy your single player games. Your life will be better.
Yeah, if they're into single player games, I straight up would say. Actually, that's the very first thing I would say is why.
Because like there was a period in the last year where I played only Kingdom Hearts games for like 3 or 4 months, and that was just like such a chill time. That was nice. But I
Yeah.
just enjoy competing with people and like winning,
Okay.
trying to win, having a goal to win. I don't know. Anyway,
Do you want to role play this? I'll be said newbie friend and you, or do you want to be newbie friend?
I'll be new friend. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, you come up to me and you say what?
I think I want to start playing FPS games. My like office mouse is fine, right? My like 1080p monitor. I think I've got pretty good gear. I'm ready to go.
Okay, you want to start playing FPS games, so you're new to. Can we okay? Can we make this a little bit like they're not new to FPS games, but they actually have some skill that could be bolstered through this
I
hobby?
think the common scenario would be like has played console and like was good at that their whole lives. So they think they can just transition to like
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
FPS gaming on
Okay.
like PC seamlessly.
So
Or they're asking about that. Like what peripherals do I need to be the best?
okay, so okay, so you want to get better. You got a good gaming PC, I assume, right?
Yep, got it at Walmart.
No, you got a high refresh rate display.
144 hertz is high rate, right?
Okay, yeah, that's an excellent starting point. You got a bunch of money you want to burn?
You know, like $30 on a mouse, $10 on a mouse pad.
$30. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, as far as like getting into the hobby, mice, it's all mice these days, like most mice these days are really, really good performing, and pros can use kind of anything. What it comes down to is shape, what's most comfortable for you. So, my first recommendation would be if totally clean slate, you don't know anything coming from console, go to a Micro Center, go to a Best Buy, put your hand on a bunch of different mice and see what you like. What they're going to have there are just going to be Logitech, Razer, SteelSeries, mainstream stuff. But from that, you can then funnel into, okay, so let's take it a step.
Side note, you said they don't let you touch like open box things, right? If you ask for it.
At Micro Center, if the
Yeah.
open box is unsealed, I just go in the aisleway, open it up, put my hand on it,
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
close it back. I had an open box that was behind in the locked cabinet.
Yeah, that's like where the X2 was I got. Okay.
And they have their commission sticker thing, so he just took it out of the thing and sent it up to the cage up front for the cashier to ring me up.
Okay.
Sorry, what Dazz is referencing is sometimes they're like, "Oh, I wanna open it up and put my hand on it." And they're like, "No, you have to buy it." And then you can put your hand on it in your car in the parking lot, and if you don't like it, just come back in. And that's their spiel that they have to give you,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
So, okay, so said friend, let's fast forward. You've gone to Micro Center, Best Buy, whatever. You put your hand on some ice, and what did
Bought a
you
Razor
think?
Basilisk.
No, that could be worse. I guess could have been a Corsair
Bought a-
scimitar.
Bought a glorious Model D Pro and a Super Glide.
Oh,
Oh,
a
yeah.
glass pad.
What if the friend came home with like a glass mouse pad?
I would be like, okay, buckle in. You are strapped to that mouse pad for the next 50 hours of gaming and download Kovacs.
If you
And
bought a glass mouse pad, pick up a Final Mouse the next strap while you're at it, because you're spending money.
I wonder though, hard pads are very unforgiving, okay? Any irregularities you have, any inconsistencies you have are very highlighted on a pad with very
Mm.
little friction. So
You're gonna make a good point.
so if you're coming to, let's say this kid has never used a computer outside of a touchpad, but they have like really good reaction time and hand-eye coordination through controller gaming, maybe that's not a bad baseline. I don't know.
Yeah, start from zero on like a less forgiving thing that instantly exposes your weaknesses.
Yeah. Now, I still would not give that recommendation. That was you pose the question if they came home with one. I would be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you bought it, buddy. You buckle up. Okay, so you come back from Micro Center or whatever, and is that the scenario you're going with?
I feel like they probably wouldn't have achieved much there. I don't. They would have been like, yeah, a lot of them felt comfortable. I don't really know what I like. Like that's how I feel like I would have been the first time.
Okay, let's say I went with you, and you really liked the. Let's not pick a GPX. Let's pick
That's where my mind went instantly. I don't know. Viper V2 Pro.
Viper V2 Pro, not the V3 V2. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I would say, okay, yeah. So the Viper V2 Pro is a great mouse. You can get them pretty cheap used. What's your budget?
What should we say? 60?
I would say so. To back up here, my 4 bullet points on what I would recommend to this. Maybe this role playing thing is stupid.
We can kill that. Whatever. We
Yeah.
can just keep talking about it. Yeah.
So my 4 bullet points are. So first of all, you ask why, right? We already talked about that, and I even talked about like make sure you have a high refresh rate display and stuff because you know as long as your mouse isn't like total garbage, as long as it's like actually tracks. I don't know, and it isn't just
Pretty much.
malfunctions at 1 meter per second. Get a high refresh rate display. That is such a game changer if you're at 60 hertz. Oh my gosh, even 144 doesn't have to be 240.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're so cheap nowadays too, dude. $120 on Amazon. You can buy mice that are more expensive than that. Get a freaking good monitor. It'll outlast your computer. The thing is though, like actually getting into mice and wanting to try, I want to try 5 different mice and pick 3 and return 2. Like if that's your mentality, set a budget. Okay? Because you can get into mice, you can get into pads, you can get into skates. Set a budget. There was a post a while back about a newbie who got for $100. He got an LGG pad,
LGG1.
and yeah,
Neptune non-pro.
was
And
that
what
it?
else was it?
Oh, and a keyboard, an HE keyboard.
Oh yeah, like something like the Mad 68 cheap, with like $35 or something. Yeah.
So for $100 all in, he had enthusiast level peripherals. So set a budget. Let's say moving forward, let's say we have a $200 budget for pad, mouse, skates. Okay. The second recommendation I have is Aimtraining. And can you take this one away? Because you said it's about setting a bar or baseline.
Yeah, like when I started playing games on PC, I was complete and utter crap. I don't know how bad I really was, but I think I was just terrible because I was on controller for so long. If I just started aim training and even gotten to like, I don't even like silver complete, that would have probably been game changing. Gold complete would have been like nuts to get to, and like just have a baseline of aim because like, especially if you're coming to PC and you're gonna play like a BR, how many seconds? Like you could play an entire battle royale game and you aimed for 10 seconds and died. Like you didn't get better at aiming. You're still gonna be trash at the game.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do start aim training, do varied scenarios. Don't be like me and just do Tile Frenzy for $1,000. It wasn't 1,000, but it was a lot. Like this exact scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, establishing a baseline is incredibly important. Also, then you can break bad habits early on. Like I went back when I was palm aiming. Micro adjustments were tough.
Yeah.
Switch to claw, switch to fingertip, and then now you unlock those a little bit more. The other thing I was going to say, like my third thing, so after aim training, my third thing was buy, sell, trade marketplaces. Don't be, if you're going to be one of those, oh, I don't buy used peripherals, then understand your budget's only going to allow for possibly only one mouse.
Yeah.
So buy, sell, trade marketplaces are a fantastic way to get rid of things that you found you didn't really like and get in new things that you do want to try. Don't expect to make money from any of this. Each time you sell a mouse, you're going to lose, because it lost value. If you bought it new, it's going to lose a little bit of value. You're going to lose $10-$20 there. You're going to spend $10 shipping the thing and in PayPal fees. You're going to lose $20-$30 each time you sell a mouse. But that's a heck of a lot better than having a $120 paperweight.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And the fourth thing that I have here is, so let's say you pass all these tests, you're on board, and you're like, okay, we'll recommend some products to me. Instead of recommending specific products like Viper V3, GPX, whatever, I'll say get one from each category. Get maybe like a large ambi, a medium ambi, a small ambi, medium ergo, small ergo, something like that. I think you could get away with just like 3, maybe 4 to start. But point is, try different sizes and ergo versus ambi for sure.
Yeah, or just skip the ergo.
Yeah, we forget, but ambis are like a huge percent of the market share. We should do a poll. There should be a mouse review poll, just ambi or ergo. What do you main? Second thing is for pads. So that's mice. Get like 3 to 4, maybe 5 mice. Different sizes, different whatever. Same thing goes for pads. Don't go get an Artisan Zero and a bunch of Artisan Zero clones. Once you get like one of each main categories, get a cloth pad, get a hybrid pad, get a Cordura or some other speed surface pad, like a coated pad, and then get a hard pad like a glass or a resin plastic. You could even so with those 4. So the speed pad, that could be a spandex, that could be a Cordura. Wait, did I say Cordura twice? No.
Yep.
Doesn't really matter. But from those 4, then you can branch off into what you like more. Maybe you instantly realize that hard pads you thought you wanted, and you play that and you're like, no, those suck. Instead, I really like speed Cordura pads or spandex pads like a Raiden. Then you can go down that rabbit hole of all the different Raiden clones. But start with that baseline of those 4 categories.
Do you want to do like what you would do for $200?
Sure.
The keyboard, I don't know.
Let's skip keyboard.
I didn't know what I was gonna say. So you can get the MAD 68HE RGB, whatever the heck. I say 68 instead of 60 because it's less jarring for somebody who doesn't use keyboards as often, maybe, and it's coming from console. So like you don't lose those 8 keys. The MAD 68HE is $45 on AliExpress.
Yeah.
That's pretty hard to beat. I would do that. I would do maybe like a MAD R or an X1 Pro on
Mad R.
AliExpress,
Okay, so
which I think you can get for $45 to $50. I'm also gonna tell this friend to wait for a sale with a coupon code to get like 12 off 90. But
yep, Mad R is a solid choice. Omron Opticals, lightweight, cheap.
so if you go like say that's $45, keyboard's 45. You have $110 to spend on 2 mouse pads. Maybe you could legitimately get 2 Artisan pads if you wanted to. But if you have 2 types of pads, do you get like a Saturn Pro type speed and then like a Hien type speed? Do you just tell them to get a Zero clone that's good for like $40? What if you're picking like 2 pads? That's tougher. Like, do you have them get a speed pad and then like a medium speed hybrid pad? I don't know.
Bisection method. You go really high, go really low. Get a slower pad, not stupidly slow. Get a slower pad like a Zero.
Zero Saturn Pro, yeah.
Yep. Then get a speed pad like a spandex pad, like an Energon or GameSense LiDAR or Cordura pad. Then bisection method with if you only have 2 options. If you're always like, man, I really wish I had something in between. Boom, there you go. Get a Hien.
Yeah,
But
right in the middle.
If you are like, wow, no, I actually really like this slow pad, then you're locked in. If you're like, no,
Cool.
I actually need something even faster, go glass.
If you hate the one pad, resell it on the MouseMarket. Now you've gone for like $140.
Yeah.
And then never buy another peripheral again. Save yourself.
Yeah. I personally wasn't going to throw keyboard in there because I don't think, depending on the game you play, it might not really matter. But yeah, I had this in my Amazon Vine today. This is an HE keyboard for after coupon $45 from Amazon with their return
There you go.
policy. Now this is shipping a bit later, but yeah, there you go.
And it's AHS, so the QC is going to be But,
yeah. Yeah, so 56 times
I can't speak to that keyboards, to be fair.
0.65. This is a $36 keyboard. Impressive. Very impressive.
So you're saying $200 for mouse pads and mice only?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Okay, we could reinvestigate then.
Yeah. I don't know. See, I don't like doing these roundups because I feel too locked in. I don't want to, I don't know. Go on Amazon and don't be afraid to return stuff. I like searching 2600 mouse because that's the DPI of the 3395. So
I think if for $200 you just get Viper V3 Sentinels and a napkin. Here we go to town.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the OLED side mouse. Hey, look, there's the Uhuru.
Yeah, Uhuru for $10. Yeah, this OLED
Yeah.
mouse with it's like a smaller Viper V3. It's actually a very nice mouse. I'm impressed with mine. $17.50 after that 50% off coupon. I don't know if I want to just go recommend something super cheap though. It's tempting though, because I guess you'll know your friend. There are some friends who just like they're just gonna buy something and they're just gonna use it forever.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then they're not gonna be picky. Just get them something.
What if we send them to
that's-
Best Buy? What if they're just like a mainstream, like, let's go to Best Buy's website and find the best, like,
I
what
don't want
mouse
to
do they
look
sell?
at Best Buy though because that's too mainstream. Like I would much rather recommend a Lamzu product or a Ninjutsu product or something.
I just know I have friends who will guarantee, be like, tell me the best mouse at Best Buy. I'm going there right now to buy it. Like,
Viper V3
But-
Pro.
call it a day. Can't go wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. My list would be I'm just gonna look at my wall here and say, let's see, I gotta choose cheap. I gotta choose cheap and I gotta choose not what I necessarily might love. I would go ATK X1.
Dead air. No, did my mic die? Did my headset die?
No, testing,
Oh, it did.
testing.
I'll
Yeah,
fix
okay.
this.
All right. I can still hear you, by the way. Well, you can't hear me. Why did I even bother saying that? All right. I would go ATK X1. So these are about, this pricing isn't right. These are about $50 on AliExpress, okay? So I'd go ATK X1, and you'll be able to get your money back pretty much if you need to resell it.
Amazing
I would
choice. Yep.
go, I don't know. Zowie has like such legendary shapes, but they're way too
M-Chose
much
M7.
money. Oh yeah, M-Chose M7. Oh yeah, that's right. You have a bunch of my mice, so I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, and then maybe something Ergo. Okay, so, and then something small. Okay, ATK X1. An Ergo. Thorn is too much money unless you get one used. You can't get them used for like $50. But we're gonna go ATK Z1. Okay, just to have another Ergo. I don't know.
No.
There's another Ergo out there. That's probably better, but I can't think of it right now. And then something small. Something small.
I mean, the M-Chose L7 is not a bad option.
Okay, I haven't tried one personally, but sure.
F1 X Ultimate, but it's gonna have the QC issues.
I'm gonna go.
Skyrox? It's like a little more expensive.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. ATK F1 Pro. This
That's solid. It's
8K
40
stuff and everything. Yeah, I don't think that's necessary for this person. Not at this point. So
80K. It's just hard not to recommend them.
yeah, I
Damn
guess I'd go with 3 ATK mice or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna be hating this list. Like I'm gonna go to bed and be like, oh, I can't believe I didn't say this or that. Like Pulsar is a good lineup too. Lamzu has a good lineup, but they're just too much. So yeah, ATK Z1, ATK F1 Pro, and ATK X1. So you could probably get all three of those on AliExpress after coupons for $150 for all three.
You could also go M-Chose L7, A7, M7. Get a U2 GPX and X2 Mini for about the same price.
Yeah.
M-Chose is like just knocking it out of the park. I don't know.
So the L7's the X2 here. Sorry.
It's a little bit more expensive. I got mine for cheaper, but
Yeah.
I got my A7 and L7 both under $40, which is actually ridiculous. But
Yeah, that's actually a really solid lineup too. Yeah, because the M7 is sort of an Ergo. Yeah, that's really
in
solid
every
lineup.
mouse. Yeah.
But I got to stick with what I said. And then so I have $50 left over for pads. That sucks. Maybe I should have gone with just 2 mice. Yeah. I probably should have just gone with 2 mice. Oh well. For pads, I don't know.
It's tough.
I would get something. I would buy used, but they're
Stupid
super
ATK
cheap.
clones.
Yeah.
Just go straight ATK.
I don't have much money left, so I would maybe go for get a couple Attack Shark pads. I think this is what I'm gonna go with. I would say get an Attack Shark sure, you're gonna get these are cheap. These got really cheap on AliExpress. These are like $13. So I guess you
Just
could
go,
actually get like 3 or 4 of them. But
just go like ATK Kong, man. Make your coupon code on AliExpress a bit better.
yeah, I haven't
It's a zero
tried one,
clone.
but that's right. That's right. I don't care. Like I'm so used to 500 by 500, or I don't care about it. But that's not this person. So
I
yeah,
haven't tried one either.
an ATK pad, or Attack Shark. From these, at least from Attack Shark that I have on here, I would get the $16. This is basically Aqua Control Plus, and I for $16, and then I would get one of their coated pads. This one because it has a 20% off coupon, and this actually has some texturing to it, which is nice, so you get a little bit of feedback.
You're
And
right
then
though.
I
Our minds just go straight to use. Like in a world where I got an Aqua Control Mid Pro Neon 500 by 500 for $30, like used is just like the way.
so I would go okay. I would go. So I'm at $16. I'm at another 20% off of that's like $6 off, so that's like $17. So I'm at like $33 now. With that remaining $17, I would get a slow pad like an ATK zero clone from AliExpress because that could that be done?
99G.
99G
Yeah.
that could be done for $17, right?
Yep.
Boom. Okay, that's my 3 pads. So you have a somewhat control, a hybrid, and a speed, and then you have X1 for a large ambi, Z1 for a medium ergo, and F1 for a small ambi. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Think about the spectrum you covered for the value with these with those options.
Yeah.
In 2025, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I got my 99G for that. Let's go to AliExpress and find out what I paid for all this stuff while we're talking about it.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I'm happy. Do you want to revise your list? I don't know. This topic is so played out. I feel like people have already tuned out. We're hour 40
People who watch
minutes
this will be interested in it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Okay, thank you. I needed that.
My MCho's
reassurance.
A7 Pro was $34. That's crazy.
A7 Pro. So this is the A7 Pro MCho's.
There's the Pro and the Ultra. I don't know. The Ultra's not worth it in my opinion, unless it does something I'm not aware of. And I've reviewed it, so I don't think it does. Mad G was $45 too. That's a great option.
Yeah, I had the X. I think you could toss out the X1 and put in the Mad G instead, but I didn't want to have 2 large ambies.
My 99G was $23, but I think you can get cheaper than that now. So
Yeah.
my Mad R was $50. I actually get the Skyrox V8 for $58.
Yeah.
You can get an R1 Pro. Oh, we forget about that mouse. That's not a bad option either.
Yeah.
Sub $40.
I guess if they might not like Omron opticals.
Apparently, I have an IPI float in my cart. That's weird.
Yeah.
Remember that mouse?
I do. Yeah. It's again, if you want to try a final mouse shape, you can try it, but the Beast X is better.
Okay.
Yeah, ATK Kong, these are zero clone, right? And these are going to be pretty cheap.
Very well liked in reviews. Yeah.
Yeah, I should have changed my currency earlier, but whatever. ATK Kong. Sure. Kong is like the chew toys my dog has. Yeah, 13, 14
15,
bucks.
16, 14. Yeah.
Dude,
Crazy
if
value.
these were 500 by 500, I would get one. That is so cheap. Oh, there we go, $18. So, okay, well, still, I'm at $201. All right, I'm happy with that. Okay.
I'm still watching MouseMarket for a 500 by 500 infinite speed.
Yeah, do you... Wait, really? I thought you have, like, 2 already.
Yeah, I had two 490 by 420s. Yeah. I sold the one.
Oh,
There was
I
a
thought
500 by
Ruin-
500 I didn't offer on because you were trying to buy it and then someone else beat you to it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought the Ruin was only 500 by 500.
It is, but I don't like that nearly as much as the standard infinite speed. So
Interesting. Okay. I might be
it
willing
actually
to
just
buy
collects
the...
dust.
Oh, really? I might be willing to buy the Ruin from you or trade something for it.
We'll look at it next time. Yeah, for sure.
Do we want to end the stream or do we want to continue rambling about, like, trades?
It's 1 o'clock. Oof.
Okay. Oh my gosh, 104. Let's end the stream. Thank you guys for
Yep.
watching. Thank you for listening or watching. I don't know if you Give us feedback in the comments, guys. We don't know what we're doing. Consider subscribing if you liked it. Share it with your mouse nerd friends, please. We're too scared to share it on Reddit. We talked about that last episode. If you have a question or an idea for a discussion topic, leave it in the comments below. We talked about, who's that guy, Grim Griever FPS, asked about the A950 Air, and he got a segment on it, so feel free to contribute. We'll be back next Friday with another episode. And if you want to see us live, say something in the comments, because I'm going back and forth on that, but I kind of want to. I kind of don't want to figure out the logistics of it. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching.
We'll see you.